The thought for the week says unalienable rights are not granted by governments or secured by circumstance. They are inherent in our nature and revealed through understanding. Unalienable rights are not granted by governments or secured by circumstance. They are inherent in our nature and revealed through understanding. Contemplate that. The Declaration of Independence affirms that all human beings are endowed with certain unalienable rights. Among them, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These words have inspired generations. They have shaped institutions, guided movements, and served as a foundation for the idea of human dignity. Yet, even with their familiarity, a question remains. What does it mean for a right to be unalienable? At the surface level, rights are often understood in relation to society. They are seen as protections, something to be granted, defended, or preserved within a system of laws and governance. In this sense, rights appear to depend upon conditions. They can be upheld, limited, or even denied. But the word unalienable points to something very different. It suggests that these rights cannot be given or taken away. They are not dependent upon circumstances, authority, or agreement. They do not arise from external systems. Rather, they are inherent. If this is so, then the question naturally deepens. Where do these rights reside? From the perspective of yoga science, that which is unalienable must belong to the very nature of the individual. It cannot be something added. It cannot be something acquired. It must already be present, constant, independent of change. This invites a shift in understanding. Instead of looking outward for the source of life, liberty, and happiness, we begin to consider whether these are expressions of something within, something that is not subject to fluctuation or loss. This does not diminish the importance of social or political rights. Those remain essential for the functioning of society, but it places them in context. External rights can be protected. They can also be challenged. But that which is unalienable must be of a different order entirely. To understand this distinction is not merely philosophical. It has practical implications. When we believe that fulfillment depends entirely upon external conditions, our efforts become directed toward control of circumstances, of outcomes, of others. And because those conditions are always changing, the sense of security we seek remains uncertain. But when we begin to inquire more deeply into the nature of these so-called rights, another possibility emerges. Perhaps life is not something that must be secured, but something that is already present. Perhaps liberty is not only freedom from outer constraint, but freedom from inner compulsion. Perhaps happiness is not something to be pursued, but something that can be recognized when the mind is clear. These are not conclusions to be accepted. They are directions for inquiry and experimentation. To explore them requires attention, steady, patient, and disciplined. It asks us to observe our experience carefully and to question assumptions that have long gone unexamined. The meaning of unalienable rights, then, is not exhausted by legal or political definitions. It points beyond them. It points to something that cannot be granted and therefore cannot be taken away. To understand that fully is not simply to think differently. It is to begin to see differently. And in that shift, the familiar words, life, liberty, and happiness, begin to take on a deeper and more enduring meaning. For unalienable rights are not granted by governments or secured by circumstance. They are inherent in our nature and revealed through understanding. Contemplate that.